A memorable moment.
It is.
I can't get back there. Oh no. What did I do? Oh. Ooh. 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 Okay, back to life. I am covering your eyes. Okay, maybe this is a better angle. How do you feel having someone over your shoulder?
I like it.
Alright, so what are you doing?
Alright, where's those little screws at?
Right there. These ones?
These ones.
They're the same size. Same size as my eyes. I also have mom eyes. Same size.
Oh my goodness, I think they might work, Am. Alright, I gotta climb up in here.
Just think about what we can eat after this. Rodeos. Where's the mic on this?
The big mic fell off, so it's just broke. So I took it off. And then the other mic, the mic that's on it, it says mic on it someplace. Oh, that's nice.
I'm either blind or I don't see it.
Yeah, it's right there. And then right here. And then studio mic. Man, who made all these beautiful clamps?
A store.
Negative.
Positive.
Nope, Jane did.
I made them.
Negative, Jane did.
I made them.
You are not the Jane.
I made them. dun 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 dun.
It moved.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so as what I did is
Wait, hold on. Okay.
I made these little toe clamps out of some Z-bracket, nice aluminum Z-bracket, and I have them sitting right on this little ledge right here. Now, what that does is it holds this down. It applies a little bit of pressure.
So
See,
when
because
we're
there's a
moving-
little bit of a gap right there, and it clamps it down. It holds it just a little bit. See that? And then it clamps that down, and then it holds it. So essentially, I just made us a bunch of toe clamps to clamp this down. And this is bolted onto this motor bracket inside here. And it should be real nice and secure. Actually, I have to spin this one around. So once I get the other ones on, we'll spin it and then put it back in.
Alright.
Actually,
As you were saying.
okay, so no, not everyone has lithium in their boats. As a matter of fact, very few people have lithium in their boats because of the cost. However, we got 1,600 amp hours of lithium power for right around, I think it was like $1,600 by the time I get done buying and selling the Prius and all that other jazz. And we also purchased the big Victron inverter, the Victron Quattro system, which allows us to take shore power, generator power, and all that stuff. And it also gives us, for 4,000 watt inverter or 3,000 watt inverter, we have a 9,000 watt surge power capacity. So that means we can run the air conditioner, we can run the vacuum, the big shop vac, we can run sanders. And I'm also going to put a huge dirty water pump down inside of the bilge, and where our generator exhaust used to be, I'm going to put that as an exhaust for the huge dirty water bilge pump that goes down inside of there. That way, if we ever lose a through hole or a depth sounder comes out or anything like that, that should be able to evacuate water faster than what one through hole will be able to pump it in. And our biggest through hole is 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, and that's our cockpit sculpers, and they're right back there. Everything looks good, but I still want to have that redundancy. That way, if the float ever goes up and that dirty water pump kicks on, it'll be able to get rid of anything that pumps into our boat. Or at least that's my thought. And for long enough for us to get to shore or fire up the engine or to figure out what's going on and put a balloon in the hole or something. So as long as we don't have something extremely catastrophic happen, we should be able to be covered.
Got 3 of them.
Yep.
2 small ones and 1 big one.
Yep, and it's a 48 volt system. But it's not a true 48 volt system. It's 49 down to 40. So it's from 40 volts to 49 volts at 1,600 amp hours. And I think I'm going to chisel it back on our controller, because there's no way that we're going to need 1,600 amp hours, even with our cooktop, our induction cooktop, and some of the other heavy power demands that our boat has. We'll be able to pull that back so that we have maybe 1,000 amp hours of usable energy. But then what that's going to do is it's going to give us a much greater lifespan of our lithium batteries. And I figure our lithium batteries right now, from the tests that I ran when they were at home and I had them all set up, they're still 95% viable. those came out of an old Prius, a Generation 1 Prius, and they're still 95%, well 96 point something percent viable. So they barely even used 4% of the life out of those batteries.
Are they for a car?
Yep, they're for a car. They're for an electric car.
When did we have a Prius?
I bought it. I bought a wrecked Prius solely for these batteries. And I had a junkyard pull this stuff out and give me the batteries, and I let them take the car and some motor stuff out of it that they wanted, and they paid me for that stuff, and they didn't pay me to pull these batteries out. And by the time everything was all said and done, because I think I spent like $2,500 or $2,600 on the car, and then they gave me $1,000 for the leftover parts of the car with the scrap and the motor and stuff like that, because they had somebody that wanted the drive line, the motor, and the gas motor, because both of those were good, because this Prius, it only had 30,000 miles on it.
That's not a lot.
No, it's barely anything. So we got very lucky with all this stuff.
And got money back.
Yeah, but we spent money too, so.
Only 1,500.
Yep, not too bad. All right, let's knock this out.